This is a breaking news report.
This is CBS 47 Action News Jax. I'm Ben Becker.
And I'm Letitia Barriola. JSO is holding a news conference right now on what they call a recent sexual attack or assault. Here it is.
Two young boys, aged 6 and 7, needed to use the restroom. So the two young boys went to the restroom. A very short time later, the 7-year-old returned to his family and sat down. The father, knowing that the 6-year-old had not returned to the family, thought that the younger son was maybe playing in the restroom. So he went to go check on him and to bring him back to the family. When he entered the restroom, he noticed that a black male subject was in the stall with his 6-year-old son. He quickly recognized something wasn't right. As he approached the two individuals, the black male suspect hurriedly passed him, forced his way past him, and exited the restroom area, as well as exiting the restaurant on foot. The father, like I said, recognized that something wasn't right. He took off after the suspect, trying to catch up to him. He pursued the suspect from the McDonald's restaurant all the way to Spring Park and Emerson Street, where he lost sight of him. Patrol officers and detectives responded to the area of Spring Park and Emerson. They canvassed the area looking for witnesses that may have seen someone running from the restaurant and anyone that may have been suspicious in the area. We were able to identify several witnesses as well as get some video from the nearby businesses. Today around 4 p.m., one of the witnesses that we contacted in our canvass called the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and said that the individual that they believed was our suspect was in the area. Patrol officers responded to the area, did a really good job searching, and located a person of interest in the 3800 block of Emerson Street in a dumpster. Upon initially contacting this suspect, they found that he had a small amount of marijuana in his pocket and charged him with possession of marijuana, which is a misdemeanor charge. This individual was brought down to the police memorial building and interviewed. While this was going on, another group of detectives began putting together a photo spread and showing that to our witnesses. He was positively identified out of that photo spread, and we have now charged him with capital sexual battery. So this is a great example of the sacrifice that our patrol officers put together, our detectives who have been working diligently on this case for over 24 hours, as well as the citizens that really stepped forward and the witnesses that stepped forward in this case and made it all come together and to help us get a dangerous criminal off of Jacksonville streets. At this time, I'll take any questions.
Chief Cole from Action News, what is the suspect's name?
At this point in time, there are still witnesses that we're contacting from our earlier canvass, and so we want to continue to build this case and show the photo spreads. So at this time, we're not releasing his name or any of the photos. However, I mean, our goal is to alert the community, and that's what we did earlier today. You know, we had a concern, and now at this point in time, we really want to let you know that we have our individual in this case, and so that's really what this is about, is to let you know where we are as far as progressing. I mean, another part of that is you always want to be diligent with your kids and stuff. So I mean, that doesn't mean, you know, don't keep an eye on them, but certainly in this case, we believe we have our suspect in custody.
Did the person of interest say anything when you guys were questioning him as far as, I didn't do it, I did it, I don't know what you're talking about? Were they cooperative?
I don't want to go into exactly what we were able to get during the interview process, but based on the detectives' efforts and what we're able to put together, we're very comfortable with the capital sexual battery charge.
You said you found him in a bathroom.
Trying to see if there's a history there for this suspect. Do we know if he's committed any similar crimes like this?
At this time, I'm not able to discuss his criminal history. I mean, that's certainly something we have looked at, and that's a piece of the package that we're building. We will, once we show all of the photo spreads to our witnesses and kind of close all of those open ends, release that information to you, and we'll gladly do that through the PIO.
You said you discovered him in a dumpster. Would that indicate that some theories where this man was a homeless transient person. Does that confirm that?
Yes, sir. To the best of our knowledge, he is homeless. Yeah.
I know you said you couldn't get any specifics, but does he have any sort of criminal background that you can release?
At this time, I don't want to disclose any of that, but
this family was experiencing some backlash, at least to our station, as far as how they handled the 6- and 7-year-old going into the bathroom together. Did you see anything wrong with the buddy system that they use?
Well, I mean, they know their children the best, and so, I mean, that's the system they used. I would never want to be overly critical. I'm a parent myself, and we do certain things with our children, and the buddy system is one of them to keep them safe. It really speaks to the point of, and Chief Hackney referenced it earlier today, and I referenced it a little bit in this, of just being diligent with your children and knowing, and really the father recognizing when the other child came back alone, that he needed to go check on the second child. So, I mean, it's just really about being vigilant, and there are individuals that are just looking for that small window of opportunity to take advantage of these children. So that's ever present, and it's incumbent upon us as parents to really do what we can to protect the children.
This is the second time a child has been sexually assaulted basically within a week and a half. Is there any way to connect the dots that this may be the suspect in the 8-year-old rape case that we saw in Arlington last week? Because there's a lot of parents out there who are worried right now.
The distance from the attacks, the MO of the attacks, there's not a lot of things that are similar here, so we don't believe they're related, and I know that was touched on earlier. We don't believe they're related, and we still don't believe that they are. So.
Do we know when the suspect will be having his first?
And that's Mike Bruno, Director of Investigations for JSO. Just to recap, JSO is arrested and charged a homeless man accused of capital sexual battery. A 6-year-old was attacked at McDonald's on Emerson Street today, and the man was found in a dumpster after JSO received a tip.
And there were some witnesses that positively ID'd this guy. Now, remember, you can count on Action News to bring you the very latest on this breaking story. You can get instant information on actionnewsjax.com and on Fox 30 starting at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning.
This has been a breaking news alert from Action News.